We are currently on the world's largest quest for a geocache. Now, if you don't know what a geocache is, it's where you use a GPS. They give you coordinates, and you follow those coordinates to a place that's a special place. And I gotta tell you, this special place that we're trying to find is a very special place because it is the center of the Earth. All right, so this marker right here is the equator. We are at 0,000, center of the Earth. This is the marker, and we found it. And what's even crazier is 350 days ago, we were north of the Arctic Circle in Dead Horse, Alaska, and now we're at the equator in Ecuador. So this line in the ground right here goes off as far as I can see through different markers.
Northern hemisphere, southern hemisphere, and I'm right in the middle.
And this is the equator. This is the center of the Earth. We have made it to our halfway point as far as crossing the length of the Earth, but we are far past our halfway point for the Pan-American Highway. This is still a very exciting place. It feels like a big moment crossing this imaginary line. Right now I'm in summertime. Now I'm in wintertime. How crazy is that? If you wanted to skip summer or skip winter, it's one step away. This line right here is the actual equator. It has been proven mathematically. We are on the mark. My GPS shows 0,000. We're here at the Equator Solar Museum, and they have a wonderful exhibit here, and they actually have this laid out here with the actual equator marked on the ground. This is a giant sundial. This line that I'm standing on the equinox will actually have a shadow cast perfectly on it, and then they've got it casted out for the different other times of the year. Now, this isn't the halfway point of the Pan-American Highway. The shape of it, there's more of it in North America than there is South America. So we are actually past our halfway point on our trip, but we are at the halfway point of the Earth. And this is a really interesting museum. This is a really exciting time in our trip because this imaginary line is something we've dreamed of crossing for a long time now. Since we crossed the Tropic of Cancer, we have dreamed about being here. This is an amazing way to learn about the equator and how the sun falls on the Earth, is seeing it here laid out, this platform that we're on. All these other lines here represent different times of when the sun's at different settings. So there's one for the equinox, there's one for the equator, and this is just a wonderful visual aid to understand how all this works. Now, another neat thing is I am on the equator right here. I'm walking the line, literally. But if I step off of it a little so you can see, there's the line of the equator, and right there is the mountain we were on yesterday. This is the only snow-capped peak that intersects the equator, and that is really cool.
Oh my gosh, guess what we just discovered? We are on the equator. We're at 0,000 on the side of a volcano at 15,000 feet. That's amazing.
And I always thought of the equator as being a hot place, you know? You think of it as always being tropical and warm. Well, I'm wearing a long sleeve flannel up here. It's about 63 degrees. It's actually a beautiful day here, but it's all relative to elevation. Early scientists used these mountains to triangulate exactly where the equator was. So this is a very special place for science, and we're learning a lot today coming here. I am standing inside of this tube that is on the exact equator. At the equinox, the sun will shine directly down this tube, and that's how you know when it's exactly noon on the equinox. All the other times of the year, there's a shadow. It shines straight down this tube for just a couple of seconds. All right, off the side of the equator here at the museum, they have a succulents forest. It's got all these agaves here. Some, like this one right here, this one's from Mexico. It is massive. It's probably 8 or 9 feet tall. The limbs of it are just giant. This is really interesting to see. Really a great place.
It smells really good. Wow, look at the pattern on here. Isn't that cool?
All right, we are here inside of the Solar Museum. They have an amazing map of the world on the floor. And we just learned something really interesting, that we've always thought of north as up, but really it should be east is up. That is the way the Earth rotates, and the sun is the only constant thing. And on the equinox, the sun is in a perfect line with the equator, and therefore it's the only constant point that we have to base everything off of. North was just a point that the Egyptians used when they first did the first maps, and it turns out it doesn't make as much sense as aligning our maps with the sun and the path of the sun. And therefore, if we put the point at which the sun rises, which is in the east, that should be the top of our maps. It's kind of a weird thing to think about, but when he explained it, I was like, gosh, yeah, that really makes sense. Why are we using north when we should be using east? Well, what an amazing place, the Solar Museum. We learned a lot and have a new perspective on not only our solar system and our globe, but the way we think about maps. And as travelers, we think about maps a lot. Very cool. Thanks, Solar Museum, for that. This was a good stop. Good morning, Ecuador. Today, we're going on a big hike. We're gonna go up this volcano called Imbabura. If nothing else, it's gonna be a good acclimatization for us getting our legs in shape for when we get to the bigger mountains. We have about 4 miles to get up to the trailhead, and we're gonna take a taxi up, save a little road hiking. Buenos dias. We just had an amazing taxi ride up here. That was a first. It's a pickup truck with 2 bench seats, and you just ride in the back. And we are up here a little over 11,000 feet. This is the trailhead. This is where the taxi dropped us off, and we're gonna start walking from here. And it looks like it is very steep and uphill. We'll see how this goes. We've been doing a lot of driving, not a lot of hiking. So this is, at the least, is gonna be a really good, just getting out, getting some fitness, and getting our lungs used to being at these higher altitudes from being at sea level for so long in Central America.
We are here on the flanks of the volcan Imbabura, which is a 15,000 foot volcano. Now that we're standing here at over 11,000 feet, feeling the altitude, it doesn't sound as much fun, but we're gonna go for it. We're gonna have a great day hike. We'll see how high we can get on this mountain and just enjoy being outside in this beautiful place. I like big hikes and I cannot lie.
All right, we are on the single track trail now. There's kind of a maze of little roads and trails, so I hope we're going the right way. There is no bothering with switchbacks here. This trail just goes straight up the mountain. All right, we're up here at 12,188 feet. I feel it. I can feel the thin air. Feel my legs getting heavier, but it's beautiful. And we're up here in this just grass, and it almost just looks so soft. And I actually walked over there just a second ago to get a view off the edge, and I sunk up to my waist in this grass. It is really hard to walk in. And that made me thankful for the trail. Although this trail is going straight up the mountain. There's no switchbacks, no nothing, it just goes straight up. And that's been a little hard on the lungs and the legs, but heck, we're over 12,000 feet, so that's pretty good. You remember back in Panama, Kathy cut her heel open really bad, ended up with 6 stitches from cutting her foot on the gate at Overland Embassy. Well, it's all healed up fine, but this is probably the first, big hike we've done since then. And she's saying that it's feeling a little tender. And, you know, it's probably got some scar tissue and stuff in there that's in a high wear area, being right on her heel. So we got to have to work through that and keep an eye on that. Might take a few more hikes to get that back to being tough for hiking. I am really enjoying Ecuador. This is just a beautiful place. The people are super friendly, and it feels like it has just lots of wild areas that we can explore.
I have been looking forward to this all day long. This is a chickpea, cauliflower, avocado, cream cheese taco. So good.
Well, it's been a good hike here on Imbabura. I think we're gonna book it on down and work on getting back to the van and see what Jorge is up to. What a cool spot. Ecuador does not disappoint. This place is proving to be one of our favorites so far. All right, we're getting down here. We're in this beautiful green grass. There's cows. We're kind of going back a different way. Well, our little farm road ended, and now we're on a pretty good bushwhack here, but I think we just want to go that way.
We are definitely not on a trail anymore. We have been wading through chest-high grass for the last 20 minutes, and it's not getting any better. We're consulting the phone to see if we can find a better route down.
There's all kinds of little paths here, but yeah, we're not on a path. The road we're trying to get to is here. We should have followed this other road down to it, but we decided to take this shortcut, and it's not that short. So we're going to try to get down here to this road, and then we can walk it back over to the trailhead. The field ends here, but the road is right over there. I think maybe we just bite the bullet and we go through this really brushy stuff, but then the road is right there on the other side. The hardest part of this is this really thick grass. Either you just fall in holes in it and end up sinking up to your waist, like right there. Oh. So you can just lose your whole bottom half of your body in this grass when you fall in a hole. And then once you're in it, it's like you're wallowing in deep snow. It's really difficult to even get up. We're getting closer to the road. Here's a wheat field, and the road is just right there.
Oh my God, this is horrible. Thorns. Ah! That's a thorn bush right there. Great.
There's a road.
Yeah, I don't believe it. Oh.
All right, this is a wheat field here.
This is better.
Luckily, there's a little edge to the wheat field where we can walk, because I definitely don't want to damage this guy's wheat field.
It's pretty far, Betty. Go down on your belly, maybe.
I think I'd rather be like this. Here, I'm gonna try it.
Okay.
Look at it.
How are you?
Good.
Alive?
So far.
Okay.
It is overhanging.
Okay.
It's becoming a true adventure now.
I don't love this. This is a horrible idea. I feel like I'm gonna eat it.
Can you come down to my shoulders?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Where's your knee? Can you put your knee out?
Right, a little lower down.
Ah!
You're almost on it.
Okay.
We did it!
That was ridiculous. Thank you. There's
Look
so
at
much
you.
dirt in my back.
Oh. You're filthy.
I'm filthy.
You
Well,
did it though, you're down.
thanks for the lift.
Look at that, that's like maybe 8 feet.
Thank you. Good Lord.
Well, we're down. Nobody has broken ankles or a sprained knee or a concussion.
Maybe just a little bit of broken pride, but that's all.
That was great. This road right here, it's not really a road, it's more of a path, but it's going to take us to where we want to go. Hopefully.
We hope. I don't want to do that again.
I think right over here I saw a little shortcut. Maybe
Okay.
That'll help.
I'm not going on a shortcut with you again.
Well, this is a little easier walking than where we just came from. I'll take it. All right, the moral of the story is sometimes a shortcut turns into a long cut, to a long drop. Okay, we found the trailhead. It's just right over here. Nice little farmer's track. We're almost back down to the trailhead. I can see it from here.
Woo-hoo.
Now we got to see if we can use WhatsApp to get a taxi to come pick us up. All right, we did it. What an awesome hike. We're back here at the trailhead. It is just a perfect day. We couldn't ask for more. Thank you, Ecuador. Now we're gonna head back down to the van. All right, our taxi has arrived. We're going down the hill.
Hold on.
Gracias. And that's it for this episode. And until next time, I hope I see you somewhere over the horizon.